What is up, podheads? Back with another episode of the Patio Sled Podcast. My name is Tony, joined as always by Anthony and Nate. I'm gonna say, let's see here. Nate, how are you?
Suspense.
Dude, I am like in full geek mode. How are you?
Oh, I like that. All right.
Yeah.
Twan, Anthony, how are you?
I was gonna say half geek mode.
Oh, all right. I'm in
Half-Life?
3/4 geek
No,
mode.
what does full geek mode even mean?
Full geek mode's like, if we're not recording, I'm geeking, but I'm not like full geek mode is like night that we're recording mode. It's like, put my
You cramming for a test, basically.
that and just super stoked, So it's like, yeah, cramming for a test in a good way.
The good tests, right?
good
Not the
test.
bad ones.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like driver's ed.
I'm in 3/4 geek mode. So I guess we've got the whole thing covered and we're ready to go.
As long as one of
I'm
us
full
is-
geek mode, baby. Let's
Full
go.
geek.
All right, I guess I am too. We all agree again, guys. Shit, here we are.
If you don't,
The
we could revoke.
Ingredients podcast.
We could revoke the card. Isn't that how it works?
I revoked it from you a few weeks back, so yeah,
I
you
wanna
can revoke
revoke
it
one.
from me. Yeah, go
Yeah, if
ahead.
you're not in full geek mode, it's like showing
All
up
right.
to practice like hungover. What are you? What's his name? The worm.
Ah, damn. Well,
Showing
I'm
up 3 hours late.
hoping over the next hour or so I can earn my nerdery card back that Nate has since stripped from me here at the beginning of the Jimmy Eat World episode.
How did Nate get his card revoked the last time?
I can't even remember.
I think I said it was a Chili Peppers record, and I said it in the wrong order or something.
Oh
Blood-
yeah,
Oh,
blood,
blood, sugar,
sex magic. Yeah.
blood magic, sex, sugar.
That's valid. I mean, come on, that's not cool.
Well, Seth has a bone. Seth from Trawl, who did the intro, the part of the band that did the intro music for us, had a bone to pick with you about that, Nate. He said that one of us, and I think it was you, was like, that was the last good Chili Peppers record. I was like, no, I think we all were like, by the way, Californication, even Stadium
Oh, yeah.
Arcadium, really good.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Huh.
Seth, if you're listening, which I think you are, we're sorry if that came off incorrectly. We like Chili Peppers past blood, sugar, sex, magic.
2 words. What hints? Nate's hints.
Yeah, exactly. What's sense? I'm gonna bring it back. Although I kind of did on that last step.
Yeah.
No, you spilled the beans on the
Last track magic.
the no tease.
No
Yeah.
tease podcast.
I love the tease, the build up.
Need it, especially
about
when we
the
don't know
chase
what we don't know what we're doing. That is fun to tease it out and try to see if we can guess it. So, but we're not doing that tonight. We're talking 25 years of Bleed American, Jimmy Eat World's first real big hit, right? I mean, people have gone back and like Clarity a lot too, and that had started to gain some traction. But we're gonna do that. But Anthony, I think you said you had something in pre-show to talk to us about.
Well, before I get to that, dude, this was their 3rd major label album. So like they were
Crazy.
a thing.
Yeah.
And then they got dropped, right? Capitol dropped them, which is wild. Like they got signed to a major in 95.
And Jim wasn't even singing.
That's crazy.
I know, right? Like to start, it's the whole Jimmy World story is crazy. But you're right. I did have a prompt. I did tease it, right? I did tease it in pre-prod here. I'll cut to the chase. No tease. Jimmy Eat World. Did the name hurt or help them?
Good question.
Help.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
Hey, how about you?
I kind of that's where my head went originally, and then I started overthinking it because of Jim Atkins. But yeah, I think it helps them.
I think it's a net neutral.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we're. Do we have anybody that disagrees?
I know.
This is a handicap.
Is
Jimmy
there
World's a
disagreement
handicap.
in the chat right now? Is there
Let me check the chat. We're not live, but let me check the chat. Yep.
is disagreement in the room right now? Here's my rationale. There's a camp that thinks the name sucks, and they're not going to give 2 shits about the music anyway, right? They're just not into it. Then there's a camp that loves the album, loves the band because of the music, and the name doesn't matter, right? It's got tracks. It's gonna track with them because the music rips, and they don't really care about the name. But then there's also a camp that is very intrigued by the name.
Okay.
So maybe as I'm talking through it, maybe the pendulum shifts to it. It helped them because I mean there is a camp of people that dismiss them
Because of
by
the
the
name
name.
early on, probably. Yeah, for sure.
And to be honest with you, I think I was one of them early on. But I think there's a camp that thinks the name sucks, but I think they think probably the music sucks, and it's not for them anyway.
Well, those people are wrong.
They're
Music
wrong.
doesn't
I mean,
suck.
we'll get into that, but
We've talked about Jimmy Eat World off and on throughout the course of the life of the pod. And I would tell you, I fall in the camp of I don't care about the name. The music's great. So that's
are you going to
where
wear
I'm
a Jimmy Eat World shirt though?
I'm not sure I own a Jimmy Eat World shirt, but I'm not sure I wouldn't wear one.
I think I'm there too. I don't need like necessarily like a Jimmy Eat World tour shirt with the tour dates, but I remember back in the day. Remember the outline of the U.S. and Dan C, our buddy from high school, had it. I believe back in the day.
Nice.
And I always wanted it, and I'm sure it's eBay gold now. I can't
Absolutely.
afford it. I'm priced out of the size medium Jimmy Eat World tee, but
And
I was thinking about
don't
that
fit
today.
the size medium anymore either. But yeah, there's that.
I was thinking about that today. Like band names are always interesting, you know, because you're stuck with it, and some names stink. Some of them fit the band well. Some of them have nothing to do with the music, but it still works because that's how you know them, right?
Yeah.
Limp Bizkit has nothing to do with the music, but that's how we know them, and it ends up being perfect for them because you don't know it any other way.
Yeah, that kind of works out. The names actually, for me, like, it's funny you brought it up because, like, I kind of go on this weird thing where it's like, you know, Breaking Benjamin, the singer for that band, right, is Ben. And then it brings me to another point, like a movie, like Being John Malkovich. It kind of puts your head, or at least mine, in kind of a weird tailspin where it's like, it's art, imitates art. Well, that's the actor. He's in the movie. Jim Atkins is the singer for Jimmy Eat World. You know, what's going on here? It shouldn't spin me out, but it kind of does for whatever reason, because it's supposed to be art and the artist. They're almost like a separate thing, even though they're very much interconnected. So that's the only thing that kind of gets me going, like, it's weird, but it's not weird because we're all human. You know, is it an autobiography? No, it's a band collectively.
Nate, would you like Blink 182 more if they were Mark 182?
Goodwill Hunting.
Mark Tom Travis too.
That had the first. Goodwill Hunting had the first name and the last name.
Yeah.
Like when I mean, that's an all-time movie for me, but I remember being younger and not knowing what that was. Goodwill Hunting. Is that Goodwill?
Yeah.
Hunting for Goodwill.
Yeah. No,
all-time movie.
Put you in a pretzel just like Jimmy Eat World did for Nate.
Yeah. Well, I was like, man, got steam coming out of my ears. Like, wait, what?
Yeah. This shit's fucking easy to me.
I think the pendulum shift for me to, it certainly didn't hurt. I don't think it hurt. I think it's unique enough where it draws you in, and now it's all we know. Jimmy Eat World couldn't be any other name.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're a great band, and we're celebrating a milestone album. And I'm sure we all have core memories. I texted you guys, I had a core memory about the song Sweetness today that I was going to share on the podcast tonight, from just the come up and getting into the band and all that. So let's start there. Anthony, how did you get into the band? Was this the record? Was it before this?
So it's interesting. I had to do some like time travel. The first time I ever heard Jimmy Eat World was Bleed American, the single. I think a lot of people our age, because little context for the listeners, if you listen to us for a while, you know we were probably 16 when this dropped. So for us, that's when you're going to hear it. But I will say, I remember hearing the band name from Dan C, who I mentioned. His older half-brother, stepbrother, was big into aggressive music. And I remember him saying Jimmy Eat World, and there was reference to like it being a comic book. Like I think that was the whole thing. It was like Jimmy Eat World. It was a comic book that Jim made back in the day. But yeah, Dan, he was big into AFI in 2000, got us all into it. Newfound Glory in 2000, you know, Moss Icon, he was big into that. So like we knew of this stuff before I think we got into it. And yeah, and then obviously this album just fucking took it to the next stratosphere. But as we said earlier, Jimmy Eat World was a thing, and not just an indie thing or like a college darling thing, college radio darling thing. Like it was a major label thing. But yeah, this was the first album I ever heard.
What about you, Nate?
Yeah, same. I was doing some kind of recall earlier as well. Like, when did I discover this band? It was this record. It was this promotion cycle. But I know that I'd seen the name because I'm digging through a lot of like memorabilia right now. You guys know. But for anyone listening, like I'm just going through posters and ticket stubs and programs. Like I save everything. So I have shit from like, call it 97 to present. It's just so much stuff that I'm digging through. And so I find like a Warped Tour program, like, oh no, so I've seen this name. I might have even seen them in 2000 called the Warped Tour. I don't know if they're on that bill, but I'm just saying hypothetically. But that's just like, we had Kevin Lyman on the show, right? There was just so many bands, there still is on the current Warped Tour, where like you're catching 5 songs here, you're going to the next stage, or you're just inundated with so much music, you don't even really know, what's what. So I think I may have had a little bit of a pulse on the band, but certainly not to the extent of this record where it was kind of front and center. And the single obviously was very captivating, and yeah, it was kind of off to the races with this record for me. There was nothing prior.
Same. I mean, we're all the same age. We graduated from the same high school the same year, and this album blew up at that time, right? The band blew up at that time, even though they were already known in some corners of the world. There wasn't really internet like there is today, and it hadn't gotten its way to the East Coast, them being from Arizona. But the rollout for this record and hearing Bleed American on the radio a million times, and then hearing the middle on the radio a million times, it was like, this band's awesome. I need to get the album. Like, we need to dig into this. And I'll tell you a story when we get to Sweetness, because we'll talk about Sweetness, I'm sure, about when I got the album. But this was my first foray into digging into that band as well.
Yeah, and they were all over WCOI. Insert call letters here. Portland's New Rock Alternative.
I have it saved. I'll do it.
Portland's New Rock Alternative. It's 94 WCOI.
Bleed American was on it. Middle was you couldn't escape the middle. Still can't. But one thing about this album, and one thing about these album deep dives that we do. So if you listen to us, you know we do interviews probably most of the time, but when we don't do interviews, we do stuff like this. And I think when we decide, at least this is my perspective, you guys might have a different perspective, but when we decide to do these record retros and these record deep dives like this, it's typically on an anniversary, 25 years, 30 years, 20 years. For a lot of them, at least for me, it's like, hey, I remember loving that album back in the day. And there's no slight to the record. Maybe I just haven't spent a lot of time with it over the years. Like, I remember we all loved it, and it'd be fun to revisit it. This record isn't like that. This one never left my fucking CD player. Never.
Same.
Or DSP or MP3 player or whatever you want to call it. And whatever it is, this one never left. This is at least for me, and we'll talk legacy, like, it's probably a top 10 to 15 all-time record. It's one that when we said we were going to do it, it's like, yeah, 25 years, let's fucking go. I wouldn't have even needed to listen to this again to prep for this episode.
I felt that way when I put it on. I was like, oh, I know every word, every note.
Every word, every note, fucking the drums.
I did listen to it like 4 times, but yeah, I was like, I don't need to. Like, I know what's next. I know what's coming into the next. You know, song ends, the next one starts. You know how it starts. You know what's going to happen. It's ingrained into my nerd psyche. You know, just one of those records.
100%. And this was in an era where, I don't know. Again, I'd have to listen back to this when we edit it if I still agree. But like, this was in an era where you weren't getting front to back stuff. Like, Finch is What It Is to Burn. I think it's a front to back. It's of this era, this ilk-ish. That's one that comes to mind. But a lot of this was like one radio single and you're done. You know what I mean? You're one and done. Or if you come from this scene, there's no financial backing in a lot of cases. Like, if the Midwest emo thing, a lot of those records are not front to back, and so I think it was rare in this era.
Yeah, I think you're spot on there. Like, the contemporaries that they had toured with, or if I'm kind of going back to that Warped Tour program, like, it's a sea of bands, and I know like certain songs from like Lefty and Goldfinger and Real Big Fish and all that stuff. No knock on any of those bands, but are they front to back records? Hard to say, depending on the record. A lot of good stuff dropped in 2000. This record dropped in 2001, right?
25 years.
Yeah, 25 years. So not only is it a front to back record, but it's one of those albums that has such a unique sound and time and place moment and production value that it's like, even just the production value alone puts it like 5 or 6 above everything else that's along with it. Additionally, this band is touring with bands like Blink-182 and Green Day and all these like big headliners, and they're specifically choosing them. And I hate to say it, but Green Day dropped Warning in 2000, and so that when they were touring with Jimmy Eat World, I think there was a tour. Oh yeah, it was the Pop Disaster tour with Blink. Like, this is one of those shows that you go to and you're like, damn, like, the opener fucking blew the headliner out of the water, like, live and the record that's they're currently promoting, and that's a rare thing. That never happens, like you said, especially in this time period.
I'm with you. Although, did you guys see the Weezer, Tenacious D, Jimmy Eat World tour in 02?
Oh, yep.
No.
Dude,
no.
There was a line out the building at the Civic Center, and we got there for like the last 2 Jimmy Eat World songs.
Oh yeah, I missed him too for that.
And that's a huge bill in that era. But I remember them being great. Like, I think that's probably my first time seeing them. But yeah, I think this is from an era where yeah, they were bigger bands, but because they were catalog bands at the time, like every band that we've just mentioned that they opened for, those are like legacy bands. And I think at the time, Jimmy Eat World didn't have that. I think they have it now for sure, right? Tone, they released an album after this called Features. That it's kind of cool.
Yeah, Futures is cool. I think we may have done an episode on that back there. I don't know the number, but it was around an anniversary for that one too. Probably last year, actually. Yeah, right. That'd be 20 years of it.
Album's kind of good.
Futures
Yeah,
and
oof.
Futures and Bleed American is like the never mind. I was gonna say it's like the Pinkerton Blue album type toss up. What's better?
No, I think they're both a step above Pinkerton as far as
You know what it is? I think it's Bleed American Clarity. There's some Clarity truthers.
yeah, there are. Yep.
And that's the Pinkerton. But
And if I mean talking Clarity, just because they're coming off of Clarity and the singles record they put out, probably to satisfy a deal. But I've still never really gotten into Clarity. That doesn't make me right. I'm not right. I think that record's probably amazing, but I just always reach for Futures or Bleed American or some of the newer stuff because I like some of the newer stuff too, depending on what I want to hear. But it's just never clicked for me, and I don't know why. I'll come back to it. I probably will once we're done talking about this tonight. That's probably going to be my soundtrack tomorrow because I'm in a Jimmy Eat World mode now.
you know
geek
I'm a
mode.
Clarity truther. I'm a Clarity truther, but I won't bury the lead. I like Bleed American better. Yeah, I think it's the better record. It's a complete album, which obviously we'll talk all about it and get to. But there's classics on Clarity. Lucky Denverman, For Me This Is Heaven, Just Watch the Fireworks, On a Sunday. It's all time.
Well, I have a question for you later that you can answer for me that I tease in text as well, but because we are the Yes Tease podcast, not the No Tease podcast.
All right, what else is going on at the time? The time for music, 01. Like, I know we like to kind of set the stage, which we have in the last few minutes, certainly, but pop punk was firing.
New metal, and boy bands, and Eminem.
Yeah, a lot of mainstream rap was hot right now. Pop punk was in full swing. Like, this was in the era where, like, Newfound Glory had a Cribs episode, right? New metal was still, had it peaked? I think it had probably...
it's close to
0102.
Yeah.
By 03, it was on the down.
Yeah, I was gonna say 0102 is still kind of, it was clearly going downhill. But
Yeah,
01, I think it was, everyone in 01 was touring off their 2000 release, basically.
There you go.
That's
Yeah.
what it comes down to. Yeah.
And so, like, this was pre the American metalcore wave. It was pre this, or that hadn't happened yet.
And it was like right before the screamo emo wave too.
Right before that, yep. It was right before that. So, like, the Used, self-titled, TBS, Thursday was 01, 02, 03, like, and then obviously, you know, the whole mall metal, that whole thing was mid 2000s, and Sounds of the Underground and all that shit. What was the other big tour there? Not Sounds of the Underground. It was the one that came through Portland, 05.
Taste of Chaos.
Taste of Chaos. Yeah. And then obviously that bled into Warped Tour and stuff. But like that kind of paints the picture where these guys don't fit into any of that, you know?
At all, right? I mean, they have a little bit of edge with the lead single, but the record doesn't have that edge throughout, right? It's actually pretty different than that lead single. And they do the same thing on Futures with Pain. Pain has that edge, and then there might be
Futures has the edge too to start
a little
the
bit
record.
to start, but that feels a little more metal and a little less edgy. Where Pain has that like, they do it in spots and they do it well. I think they put a song out a couple years ago called Something Loud or maybe even a year ago that is similar. Like if they want to flex that muscle, they can do it. They just don't always do it, and then maybe they do it once a record or once a cycle and have fun with it, and then they go back to writing amazing songs elsewhere.
It's a cool thing for a band to live. Like, they could play Best Friends Fest, they could play Something in the Way Fest, a Warped Tour. They're not heavy enough for Ozfest or anything like that. But I think didn't they headline Furnace Fest, or they?
Yeah, they did last year, I think. I
mean, they could play Hellfest. You know what I mean? They could play Coachella. It'd be fine. If I'm a band, I'm like, fuck yeah, we did it. Like, we're the Swiss Army knife. We're the Swiss Army romance of
Swiss Army wife. There's all kinds of Swiss Army bands. Yeah, they fit a lot of places, right? I mean, we saw them 7 years ago this summer, and they opened for Third Eye Blind. Fit in perfectly there, even though that's kind of I mean, Third Eye Blind, we've talked about them a ton. We are huge fans of that band, the whole catalog, but their big break was mid to late 90s, right? So they fit in with them too.
Yeah, in terms of that like interesting intersection of like a band that doesn't really quite fit anywhere siloed, but can kind of be anywhere at the same time, which is a very unique position to be in. I feel like Jimmy Eat World is basically a hybrid, if you will, of like Third Eye Blind and Weezer, because they're kind of like nerdy, but they got the rock edge and they got the amazing songwriting ability that it's the creme of la creme, the stuff that we love. And we, like you said, we do talk about Third Eye Blind quite a bit.
They're prettier than both of those bands sound wise too.
Oh yeah, all day. Good point.
Like my parents know the middle. Like they
nice. Yeah.
I put the middle on I don't know how many playlists for my dad over the years in different formats, whether it be a CD, burn CD, or his iPod when he finally got an iPod. He was like, I gotta put these songs on. I'm like, oh, you still like the middle? All right, cool. I'll throw that on there.
Well, I think there's a reason for that. This is part of my notes. I was kind of bringing it up track by track, but like there's a lot of, it might just be, this might be a subjective point, but I picked up in prep, I didn't pick it up back then for sure, some kind of like 50s doo-wop sound arrangements on this record. And I don't know if it's Jimmy's like songwriting that he's pulling influences from, or if it's like I don't know, instrumental production value type thing, or all of the above. But there's especially on the latter half of the record, there's some kind of like, oh, okay, this is like feeling like a 50s record right now, like a Beatles type thing.
You know what I think might contribute to that?
What's that?
Is the album artwork, the jukebox.
Oh yeah.
The trophy.
Like we said with the 311 sound system episode, like if a band does it right, it's a canvas. It's a visual canvas that, at least for me, when I hear this, I think of the album cover with the trophies, with the jukebox. It's like Americana. It's classic. It's just perfect. I don't know. There's a little like, almost like a filter on it too. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't know. It's like nostalgia all in one. I don't know. They fucking nailed it. Like
they nailed it.
They did, and then obviously it came out 2 months before September 11th, and had to take the name off for a long time,
for years. And then I read that they brought it back in 08.
I have one. Yeah, I have one. I have a CD. My wife bought it for me for my birthday a couple of years ago, because I had it originally, because I bought it 7 or 8 months later, but I don't think it had the album title on it. I think it was one of the ones without the title, because it had sold so many records. But they were trying to have that be a positive connotation, right? Bleed American, like this is Americana, like you said, Anthony. And it obviously got flipped on its head and didn't want people to be, triggered by the name.
Do we want to go track by track?
I'm not prepped to go track by track, but I probably could.
I mean, there's at least a half dozen we could do easily, and then we can.
Let's just start and see what happens.
All right.
Title track.
Amazing opener. To me, this fits the pedigree of where they went with with Futures, with the title track of Futures. It's the rockin' single. It's the rockin'. I don't know if Futures was single, but it's the rockin' opener. And a lot of bands like try to do a build up with the first song. These guys like, fuck that. This is the rocker. And it'd be interesting to see how we talked about Futures on the Futures episode. But to me, this is great home for the first track, which is probably of the time, single early on in the record, but it kicks your ass from the jump. I love this song. I don't skip this. I do skip the middle, which we'll get to, but I don't skip this song.
That's too bad. I love the way that this record opens. I think it's a great, like, kick you in the face, we can rock too, here we are type of song. And they nail it, and could do more of this and don't, but they could. They could absolutely put 7 of these on a record and it would rule. Yeah,
I would actually like if they did that, if they just kind of decided to just go hard, go distortion the whole time. But yeah, I just wrote, some notes like right out of the gate, just blast off. This is a fucking like the way to kick off the record. And it's funny you say that, Juan, with the whole like build up thing, because that's the traditional way, and it's almost like natural to go that way. Like you don't want to just blow the speakers out of your car, and you want some kind of like way to ease into it naturally, like anything. So the fact that they don't do that, although it kind of gets there at kind of towards the end, it's almost like flipped on in a weird way, kind of flipped in the reverse when you listen to the second half. But it's so unique to have a record just fucking blast off like that, and it's a fucking killer track. Yeah, Bleed American, sick. I'll never skip that track either.
title track is the opener. They did it two albums in a row, and maybe more that I don't know about. But track 2, all time,
Yep,
all time. Praise
Jinx.
chorus. It just,
Yeah.
I love this the second I heard it, and I often find myself when I think of this album, I tend to just naturally gravitate to this song.
this one lends itself to Nate's like nostalgia play a little bit, right? Crimson and Clover, and then singing and having Davey Von Bolen on it from Promise Ring, right? Was Come On Davey, sing me something that I know. That's from 7, 8, 10 years before, 5, 6, 7 years before, right? Promise Ring. So, but the Crimson and Clover over and over. That's a song, Crimson and Clover from forever ago. I can't remember the name of it. It may not be
Tommy
that,
James and the Shondells.
Yeah.
You got
Oh, damn.
Bad Company, Rock and Roll Fantasy. I remember looking this up early. Motley Crue, Kickstart My Heart.
It's Americana.
It's jukebox shit. It's fucking awesome. It's so awesome. And they brought I'm pretty sure Jimmy World and Promise Ring, toured back in the day and all that stuff. So it was
Davey does backing vocals on this song.
Yeah, amazing. It's funny. In the moment I didn't know who Davey was. I learned that years later.
Me either.
I thought it was probably Davey Havoc.
I think I remember talking about this at one point with, I don't know if it was you or it was somebody else, but that was floated to me, and I was like, that could be, but it doesn't make a ton of sense. Promise Ring makes way more sense.
Oh yeah, fucking love this song. I have always loved it's one of those songs where the lyrics fit the song so well, and this was a theme. Listening to this the last few days is you could just isolate the drums on all these songs, and I would know what song it is.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this song is no exception.
I mean, I'm on my feet. I'm on the floor. I'm good to go. It's so fucking good. It's just so good.
We always make jokes about Segway King, all that stuff. I actually wrote for my note here perfect segue from Bleed American. It almost seems like a perfect side B to this song. So the fact that it's bookended by it is pretty much perfect. In fact, in terms of the way you're going to put songs in order, it couldn't go anywhere else on the record. I don't think it kind of flows perfectly. In fact, even in a live setting, I would hope that they would choose to play those back to back, obviously on an anniversary tour, which they're doing, which I'd love to go to in Boston. But
me too. I know.
Yeah, you can't see them all.
Well, it's funny you said that, because when I listened to this back for the first time in maybe a year or two, I remember Praise Chorus being track 4 in my head for some reason, and then when it was track 2, I was like, "Fuck, there's no let up with this thing."
No, there's no let up. I mean, right into the middle, which is arguably it is their biggest song as far as commercial success goes, and they're probably their catchiest. It hit everywhere. It hit our parents. It hit younger generations. It's in the billion streams club. It's 1.3 billion right now as we sit here and record tonight. Wow. So that continues. I gave it another 5 or 6 spins this week, so you're welcome. But it's just an amazing way to third record have that be the song that blows you up. Bleed American did well on rock radio, on alternative radio, but the middle was everywhere.
Movie soundtracks, fucking Target. And I wonder for these guys, knowing their roots and pedigree, I don't think the billion streams was the end game. I think this one just happened to hit. And I'd love to hear their perspective of this song. The train left the station. It was no stopping it. So I wonder if they're wish we could pull that one back a little bit. Or they're fuck no, let it rip and roar.
It's giving them a career. Continue to, I mean, they always wrote good songs. They wrote them before this record. They've written them since. And this one, I think, has probably kept them going for the most part. They were going to keep doing it, I would imagine, but would they be the Jimmy Eat World we know today? Probably not without this song.
Yeah. No, you always need that one. In fact, there's a quote.
Sugar Ray Fly? Is that the one you're thinking of? The quote?
Sugar Ray Fly.
No, I was gonna
every morning.
I was gonna reference just a very easy point, which is the terms of money. What is money? Money is basically just a gateway to opportunity and freedom, or having more control of what you want to do. So having a single that slays, that is also done in a very genuous way, paves
not
the
a
future.
Word, Nate.
Generous way.
Generous or genuine, they both work.
Genuous.
Not sure it works.
We are in agreement.
Copyright. We're gonna copyright it for a Patio Slave vocab.
I love it. I'm gonna start using it.
No, but I just went to this, like, I can't think of who said it, but basically just the concept of money. What is money? And money is basically a gateway to opportunity. So like having a really strong single that permeates like everything you talked about, Twan, like Target, movie soundtracks, stuff like that. That wasn't on their roadmap, I don't think. I think it'd be hard to imagine a band like this thinking like, oh no, this is our blueprint. This is what we're going for. I doubt it.
They
And
would
if
have
it
named the
was-
band something else.
Yeah,
Well,
I would
especially
think.
this far into their career. It's not like this is their first record and they blew up with a big song.
100%.
They've been
It's
doing
a
it a
great
while.
point. That's
Yeah.
a great point.
On top of that, if they're really getting like record label pressure, like the Inside Joke, which is Write a Fly by Sugar Ray, which is throwback to an interview with Greg from Zebrahead.
Episode 9, baby. Go listen to it.
Yeah, if that were the case, it would be and no knock on Beyonce, but they'd have a roster of songwriters that know the formula to build a single to make sure that it's number one on the charts across the board. That's not middle at all.
That
by
didn't
any
happen
means.
here. Yeah, this is all
Yeah.
them.
Exactly.
I mean, if we kind of dissect the song, it's them. It's not like this is a departure. Like it is them. It's Jimmy doing his verse with a killer single, with a killer chorus.
Yep. Catchy, upbeat. It's got all the elements that would make a good rock radio song or just radio song in general. And it got picked up and was played absolutely everywhere. And it still is. I mean, you can't, I'd be surprised if you played this for a 15-year-old today and they were like, never heard it. There'd be some, but I think there'd be plenty that would be like, oh yeah, I've heard that song. I don't know what it is, but I've heard it.
Yeah, it's that song like how we used to, it's that song from the 80s, like for us. It was that back in the 80s,
Yeah, is it like a Beatles song maybe? I don't know. I mean, it could be. It's like that.
Is that song an antique? Is
Like
that
any Journey song.
It is
like,
now, 25 years. It is now.
Oh man.
But it's always fun to think about that, like from the band's perspective, when things kind of get out of their control, right? And I think you nailed it. It allowed them, and this isn't derogatory to say this, but like it certainly allowed them to keep going at a certain level. Like you take the middle away, what's their cap? Maybe 4,000 or 5,000 cap room. You throw in the middle, then you're getting a whole new audience. Then you're like, hey, mom, you want to come?
Mm-hmm.
I think you're my mom is not coming without that song. Although she does love Sweetness. I mean, come on, who doesn't?
I love Sweetness.
I fucking love Sweetness. Damn.
Sweetness is fucking all time. But do we want to talk about Your House?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
when
yeah.
you're
I love
on,
the
that's where you're
harmonies.
on.
I
Rip your heart
love
right out.
I love the harmonies in this song. Oh, they're so good. I love the back and forth vocal. It's just so good. That's all
Yeah,
I
this
have.
is-
I just love it.
This is one like that I was alluding to earlier, where like that whole 50s production value and songwriting, like I just put like 50s vibe. It has like a very throwback sound to it, which is I love. I think it's cool that you can, I don't know, reconstruct something that's been done in the past, but in a way that's not just basically replicating it, which is cool. That's hard to do, I feel like. It must be. I don't know. I'm not a songwriter.
I never skipped this song. I never
Me either. 4 for
this
4.
was always see, listening to this the last few weeks, I did skip the middle.
I mean,
That's
you
the
don't
thing,
need to hear the middle again.
It's too bad because it's such a good song, but
I listened
Yeah.
to it, but yeah, I understand, and I thought it crossed my mind when it started. Like, do I need to hear the middle again? Like, I love it, but do I need to hear it again to like get the gist of it again? No, I've heard it a million times. I'll
Yeah.
probably hear it another million times.
Your House, great song. I don't know. The thing is, we could talk 10 minutes on all these.
could.
Let's get into
Yeah.
Sweetness.
Exactly.
Tone,
So
what
I'm
do
going to
got
give you
on
my
Sweetness?
story. There's a point in our lives, right, where we gain a little bit of freedom that we never had before, right? Like
Money?
I'm 17, yeah, a little bit of money. I didn't have a lot. I worked at a shoe store. I was 17. My dad had given me my first car, 1994 Nissan Sentra. Rest in peace, the Blue Hornet. I miss it. And 5-speed. Kids these days don't know how to do that. Get off my lawn, baby. And I was driving in it. I'd only had it maybe a couple of weeks, and I was driving in it, listening to the radio, and Sweetness came on the radio. And I said, I don't own this CD yet. I'm going to the record store right now and buying it. And I did. I drove to the record store by
Hell yeah.
myself, parked at Bull Moose, walked in, bought Bleed American, walked back out, threw it in the CD player, and drove around listening to Bleed American for the rest of the day.
Dude,
And
I
it was just
love
one of
that.
those moments that
Hell
you
yeah.
just can't recreate, right? Like it's
Never.
Yeah.
Was it
I'm
Bull Moose?
finally, yeah, Bull Moose, Portland.
Bull Moose Park. Was it
Yeah.
CD Authority, Mill Creek?
No, that
Couldn't
that was
afford
gone
that.
at that point. Yeah, that was gone at that point. No, that would have been $35 for the CD versus I think the $9.99, $9.97 I paid for it. So I had a couple of dollars. I had a car. I had a little gas in the tank. I could drive by myself because I'm 17, and I went and bought it. And it was just, I can see that day. I can smell that day. Like, it's such a core memory for me. And this song, every time I hear it, it comes back.
Chip in a chair, baby. It's all you need. Chip in a chair. You can't recreate those. And I was listening to another podcast this week, and it wasn't the whole like spirit of the episode, but they talked about the first with music, whether it's first show, first out, whatever it is. And as much as you try, you will never recreate it. You know, it's a newness feeling. And yeah, you know, Blue Hornet
Blue Hornet.
First taste of freedom.
Yeah, man.
Bull Moose. Did your car get towed?
No, that happened with you at a later date. Probably that same spring, actually.
Damn, man. I think about, I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate. I think about those moments a lot where it's like, God damn, if I could listen to that album one more time, if I go downstairs into that Bull Moose, just like I did when I was 16 with my car, hit the new release fucking wall. There's nothing like it. I know the smell. I know the employees. I know the fucking free bin. It'll never be recreated. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, dude. It was such a vibe. Anyone that's listening that's from Maine or at least in the greater Portland area know what we're talking about, but like, it really was our holy grail. Between that and the State Theater, like we kind of had this little very organic, simplistic experience, which was, yeah, Bull Moose music downstairs. Rest in peace, not there anymore. State Theater still thriving, which is great. And I remember your car, because I remember we all had our vehicles or whatever, but I would get in your car and clearly you just had this thing that I thought was fucking rad. You would take the CD apart, right? And then the top part for when records are shipped, they're shipped in boxes, right? So you're looking down at the record, and anyone this is nerd talk, but there's a black like sticker that keeps the record in place so the jewel case doesn't open. And you would put those on your ceiling of your car, and they were just
they often have the names
up.
of the records on them.
Name of the record.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't get mixed with
those
other
and the
titles.
Bull Moose stickers. You put
And the
those
Bull
up there
Moose
too.
sticker.
Yeah. R.I.P.
So-
the hog. Twan's car.
I do have pictures of the ceiling somewhere, and if I
Nice.
can find them, I'll post them for a visual.
Yes.
But one thing did happen is when I was driving, I'd have stickers fall off
Oh,
the
fuck.
fucking roof of
Yeah, the
the
adhesive
ceiling of the
wasn't that
car.
good.
Yeah, but I had the thing probably half covered. Like
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
just,
Yeah,
man.
I loved it, especially because back
God.
then, like we're all driving beaters, so like those are the cars where you have to put like push pins to hold the fucking thing that drapes down in the first place. And you're putting extra weight on it with stickers.
How dare you call the Blue Hornet a beater?
I mean, a good beater,
No, it was
How
a beater.
dare
a beater
you.
like beating them, not like your beat. Your
I had a
best.
car. I could go to the record store and buy Jimmy Eat World because I heard the song on the radio, and I will never forget that day. And that's sweetness to me. And every time I hear it, I'm transported right back to driving over the bridge, driving up the hill, driving down the hill. Boom, there I am.
Oh, it's so awesome, especially to hear like that's what a record label wants to hear. Like you heard it on the radio, you bought the record, you played it, you became obsessed, you started.
I'm
seeing
a
them.
basic bitch. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Well, you know what this makes me think about is we were talking about how, you know, they'd been a band for so many years, and this was the third major label album, and you know, sometimes things take some time to hit. This song was from the Clarity session. Have you heard the Clarity version?
Oh, I did not know
At
that.
some point, yeah, it's been a while.
It's on
but
YouTube.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
it's
sure.
not too far off, and it made me think today when I was just deep diving the shit out of this, how many other bands had a sweetness that just didn't break
Yeah, it didn't
because the
happen.
stars didn't align.
It's a million and
A
one.
million,
Yeah.
million, and it just, you know, this was. Would this have been? Well, let's play this game. If they didn't lead with "Bleed American" as a single, and they led with "Sweetness," would that have taken off? I think it would have.
Yeah.
Maybe not
I
to the
think so.
extent of the sequence that it went in, but the track is there. Sweetness is all time. The
So good.
drums. We talk about the drums. The drums are all time.
Yeah, for sure.
Front to back amazing song. Front to back amazing record. This one right in the middle of it. All right. Do you guys have memories about that one before we move on? I mean, we all love that song.
I mean, we just went 20 minutes.
We could, yeah. We go another 20 on Sweetness. All right.
It is. The last thing I'll say is, it shows Jim's range, and I
Mm.
wonder
Oh,
how
yeah.
he's like, oh fuck, I can't believe I wrote that 20 years ago.
I still gotta sing it.
Now I gotta still sing it. You know what I mean? But they get into "Hear You Me," which is another all timer after this.
There's a lot of like coupling with this record, right? Where you get like the Bleed American Fast, the praise chorus, kind of dancey, the middle pop rock, like just perfect. And then Your House is kind of comes down from that. Sweetness brings you back up. Hear You Me brings you back down.
Yeah, I don't think I like consciously, or maybe subconsciously, but never consciously noticed that. And it's there. Yeah. All timer. There's no one in town I know. You gave me someplace to go. I never said thank you for that. I thought I might get one more chance.
Yeah, clearly about somebody who's no longer able to talk with, maybe due to passing or whatever. But it makes you think, right? It's beautiful. It's just beautifully delivered. The acoustic guitar is beautiful. Jim's delivery is beautiful. Just a great song.
Yeah, I wrote down like it's one of those songs that's so like if it was promoted, if this was a single, it would be one of those like just ballads. We were talking earlier, right? Like Target movie soundtracks. This could be like a perfect soundtrack ballad type song. It's pretty deep though. In fact, the other note I put in here, we've done a Death Cab for Cutie episode, and it kind of reminds me of that songwriting texture.
This one fits in that catalog.
100%.
This would absolutely fit in that catalog. Yep.
Yeah.
It's funny. I thought of Death Cab listening today, which I never made that connection. And those two bands could co-headline tomorrow, and it would make all the sense in the world. But I never thought of it until today.
Yeah.
And then we get into If You Don't, which again is kind of brings you back up a little bit from it, right? Fun one, little happier than previous.
What's wrong, baby? Yeah, all time. If you don't, then how do you
The like
just
backwards stuff at the beginning, right? The when Meteora, when Linkin Park on Somewhere I Belong, they play that loop of
Oh yeah.
music backward. This is the same. It's the same type of thing. Something's being played backwards to kind of open the. It's
okay.
sick.
Great
song. I wrote down.
Never skip this one.
I wrote down like my only note for this one was and again I've discovered this band on this promotional cycle and this record, so I'm a little bit of a late bloomer for this band, but after becoming a fan, and obviously massive fan now since then, I feel like this song, and I feel like we've talked about this before, I know I have, which is I feel like everything's been done. So how do you have your own sound as a guitarist, as a vocalist, as a drummer, everything? And this song defines, this is like the sound of Jimmy Eat World. This song like just nails it. Like it's that sound. Like if you heard, like you said to one earlier, like if you just heard the drums, you'd be like, oh, that's a Jimmy Eat World song. And I feel like this song captivates like their sound. That is Jimmy Eat World. This is a Jimmy Eat World song. They all are, but this is like, I don't know. It's like almost like their flavor, like their songwriting technique is encapsulated in this song, bar none out of maybe all these songs. Not that they don't represent the band, but they have a style which is, I don't know, unparalleled. I don't know anyone else that can write in this way. It's like a certain style of plaid or something. I don't know how to explain it.
I agree. That's very genuous of you, Nate. Sorry. I'm just. I do agree with you. You're right. This fits right into their catalog, and it is their sound. It's just them from front to back on it. I completely agree. The Agreeance podcast, back at it.
Track 8, Get It Faster. Do you guys remember? Like, I remember there being the build up at the beginning, but I don't remember like it hitting until like it comes in at like beyond the minute mark. I don't remember that big lead up.
Me either.
I remember there being a lead up, but I'm like, is this just like the Spotify version? Do you guys remember? I mean, obviously there's a build up in this song, right? And then it just fucking crushes you and comes in, but I don't remember the minute like of nothingness.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't either. Like you said, you have this record on constant rotation. For me, like I pull for Futures every time before this record. Not to knock this one, but that's just the way it goes. So this one isn't, call it like you said, in my CD player. Futures just is permanently in there. Like it's just, I don't have to take it out. It's just always in there. This one I actually have to like take Futures out to put this one in type thing. So I forgot too. And like, it's funny you say, is this the Spotify version? Because I always wonder that, like, is this a different version? Because it just, there's no way this is still going. So yeah, it's like deep cut gold. It just eventually gets there. And that's a risk. Even in 2001, to have a song take that much time, like we're talking attention span in 2001 is probably 15 seconds. Now we're down to like 4. But we're so that's a risk. Yeah,
your real skip rate, first 3 seconds are people moving on.
Yeah, this one might be tough, right? If especially if you don't know it.
Mm-hmm. And you're in your car, like fuck, man.
You're like, and you know what's coming. There's an all-time last track magic coming too. So, but it's this is a different song for them too, right? This doesn't sound like anything else on the record.
This is more like alt.
Yeah,
there's more like an alt sound there. Yeah,
who's gonna do it? the chorus, the beginning of the chorus. Who's gonna do it? So I can put it at the end of the episode.
Oh, no, not me.
Oh, come on, it's always me or Anthony. Come on, Nate.
I'm not gonna. I'm not.
Was that it?
Nothing didn't matter now.
All right, you got it.
All right, all that'll go at the
And
end.
I think that's the all like almost grungy.
Yeah.
I am. Yep.
But that was.
I'm smelling like a road. That's somebody good.
Oh man, we'll do them soon. We haven't done them yet.
Yeah.
Cause I'm dead and blow dead, and then it just comes in. Oh wait,
and
are we doing that album?
And
Oh,
it crushes
Yeah.
you, and it just like. So
Okay,
good.
save it for that ep because that was an alternate if we didn't choose this.
hey, can you do those mouth guitars again?
I'll just pull it from this episode.
Yeah, splice it in.
If you hear this at the end of another episode, don't worry about it.
Real quick,
We're off the rails.
Oh.
There have been times where I'll just be in the house and I'll just go and I'll try to do the wildin'. I am smelling like
Nice.
I am.
It's actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
That is good, man.
Now my voice is shredded.
He uses a megaphone too, so that's
We-
really good.
We got a few songs left. Let's get through it before Twan loses his voice.
Let's keep it moving. Track 9, Cautioners, a little bit of a deep cut. I always like the guitar work. It's like almost this like staccato. And I don't remember ever like picking that up. But if you haven't heard the song in a while, listen back. It's unique guitar work. I think it's guitars. It's cool.
It's almost like they recorded it and then made it into like separate things they could put together, like dun
Oh, yeah.
dun, like almost like it's on a keyboard.
Yeah. Cool song. I don't know. I'm trying to think if I feel like I may have skipped this in preference for Authority Song, which is the next track, but the Cautioners was better than I remember.
I like it. I mean, there are songs on this record I like more, but I like the vibe of this one. And then into the chorus, which is back to like the slowed down half of this record.
Yeah, it's definitely a slow tempo song, which until we did this kind of exercise, I didn't realize how much it goes up and down. Usually it's a cadence thing where it's like it is slowing down. Well, not always, but this one just seems like it's up, down, up, down, up, down, which is, keeps things interesting.
I think it helps. I think you could move it around and it might be, maybe it would flow a little better, but I kind of like the coupling of things.
Yeah, for sure.
Keeps your attention.
And
then Authority Song.
Authority Song. Another Americana, Bleed Americana thing, right?
All timer.
Authority Song is a John Mellencamp song, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Johnny Cougs, right?
Johnny Cougs. Yes, sir.
Johnny Pop.
Johnny Cougs has come up before, right? I've said that before.
I can't remember.
I've called him Johnny Cougs. I don't know if I've done it on the podcast, but I've been calling him Johnny Cougs for 30 years.
Nice.
Big time deep cut, all timer. They could have put this earlier in the album. They kind of like it. It's funny, Tony. Now that you've said that, I'm kind of like accepting that this is probably the only home, right? Because you go up and down, up and down, up and down. They got to put this Authority Song, fucking all time.
Yeah, this is where that note originally came from with the whole doo-wop, like retro 50s thing, which I guess I did write notes earlier, so I guess this is the one that kind of honed it in. I'm like, okay, that's definitely something they're going for. It must be, because this one is 100% there, right? You can't deny it. I love this shit.
And this could have been a single.
Yeah.
I think this
Yeah.
could have been a single.
100%.
I mean, would have been the fourth single or fifth single, but it could have been one. This should
It's
have been
how
a
the
single
hustle
corner,
goes. I know.
which I want to add that in. So this is the inaugural should have been a single corner. This one could have been a single.
Ooh, should have been a single. Yeah.
Y'all want a single? Say fuck that.
Yeah, it's not that.
Ding, 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 ding. The loose bass string on Fieldy. That's a different episode. Okay.
Different
ep-
episode.
different ep-
Yeah, different episode. We haven't done corn. We're not going to do corn. I don't want to do
We
corn.
are definitely doing corn.
You guys,
It's how the hustle
bring in
goes.
someone else.
See what the jukebox knows. Put my last quarter on. I'll play Authority Song.
And the jukebox on the cover. I mean, this all fits.
Yeah, it all
Good
fits.
call,
Makes
Nate.
sense.
I hadn't really put those twos and threes together. Thank you.
I didn't put the album cover until Twan said. I was just going straight by sound. And obviously the trophies and like you said, Twan, the filter of the record makes it look weathered or kind of retro looking.
100%.
The trophies just kind of seems like it's a still frame from like Back to the Future, the first one. So that connects as well. But I just didn't think of it. Like the album cover was completely off my radar until you mentioned it. Now it does.
But
yeah,
the
100%.
song stuff was, and it all fits with the album cover, right? I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
next time I need to look at that through different eyes.
Different eyes, different ears, and you missed a big opportunity, Nate. You could have said "Back to the Futures," but you missed the moment.
Well, that would have been. Yeah, you're right.
Oh man!
Hey, if you don't. Okay,
Edit it. We can edit it. We can edit it.
No, not doing it.
Back to the.
The DJ never has it. JAMC automatic. So that's Jesus and Mary chain. I looked it up today. So it's like all these just historic references to music, and I don't know. There's a lot of like subtleness.
Yeah.
Dare I say Easter eggs?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of like, I love Easter eggs, as you know. There's a lot of like, they're just a little bit older than us.
Yeah.
Nods to things that we're kind of aware of and maybe had a passing knowledge of through maybe our parents playing stuff that they maybe lived a little more of.
Yeah.
That in listening back to this for this exercise, I was like, that's what that is. I didn't realize that at 16, 17 when this came out. And now I'm in the different ears thing, right? And you have way more life experience and you know a little more about. I mean, we've been talking about music for 6+ years, an hour plus a week, and recorded at least, and it's way more than that outside of that. So it's fun to do that. It's fun to find out these little things. I never thought about this record, even though it's been in my rotation for 20 years.
Even at 25, you got to start some time, folks.
It's true.
Yeah.
Fuck, I love this record.
Yeah.
Tone Landus, My
Sundown, all-time Last Track Magic. Great album closer. And my question to you, Anthony, being a Clarity truther, does this song sound like a Clarity song? Because I think it does.
Did you?
No, I knew this.
Did you read my notes? Which is I'm looking at it right now. Always felt very Clarity era.
That's the vibe for me. Was this song feels like one they didn't think they could pull off until now, but it also fits in with their older stuff, and they were like, let's nod to the past a little bit here.
It's a bit of a handshake, which is the irony is at the last track.
Yeah,
this is Last Track Magic, and it's funny. You in the text, a little behind the scenes, Tony texted today. This song is Last Track Magic, and I was thinking, how didn't we bring this up?
I know.
Now?
How has not happened yet? Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a little plug for us. There's a couple of Last Track Magic episodes back in the catalog. One more recent, which is insanely good album closers, and this is one of them.
I'm gonna add this to the playlist too. The playlist exists if you search for us on check the socials or search for us on Spotify. There is a playlist, so I'm adding it to it because it belongs there. It belongs there. Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm happy you called that out because it's like for us that's just like a household term, but like anyone's like, what the fuck is Last Track Magic?
Last Track Magic.
We know what it is.
Yeah, we know. If you don't listen, then you don't know.
16 people that listen regularly know what it is.
Yeah, it's like watching a Netflix series and you start on season 4. Like if you don't know, you haven't been paying attention. It's not our fault. Yeah, no, this song's fucking epic. Yeah, it's my only note is Last Track Magic because it clearly is. It clearly ties. Again, if you listen to the Last Track Magic episodes, the whole theme is a song that basically brings the album, lands the plane, like you said, Juan, which I think is probably the best way to describe it. And it does. Like this record is just so fucking solid, and you need something to close it, which is hard because you want it to keep going, kind of like a show, Netflix show. I don't want it to fucking end. I want it to keep going, but eventually it has to end. So you need a really good closing scene, and this song just it takes the cake.
It's amazing. I think it's a top 10 Jimmy World song for me. After doing all this again and digging back into the catalog a little more and listening to things a little closer than I had in the past, this song is fucking amazing. I just love it. It's so them, and it's such a great way to land the plane of this amazing record.
It's so them, and even the lyrics. Like I have the lyrics pulled up. Good goodbye, I'll be fine. Good goodbye, good night. I mean, those are the last songs on the whole album. It's like end scene, right?
Yeah.
Like this is it's a killer finale. It's not fucking Lost. This is not the finale of Lost out here. It's second Lost reference on the file.
We have to go back.
What is a perfect closing legacy show?
Breaking Bad was close.
Breaking Bad is pretty solid. Yeah.
Can I tell you something about Breaking Bad?
Yes.
I've never seen the end of it. Like I've started and restarted that series so many times. I've never got to the end.
Oh,
you gotta get to the end.
And it's not because like the quality decline. No, the quality it's all time. It could be one of the best.
The third to last episode, Anthony. The third to last episode is one of the highest rated television episodes of all time. So you definitely have to finish it. It's so good.
And I might just say I'm gonna keep the mystery.
Oh man.
And Tony would tell me you're wrong for that
Hank,
choice.
my cancer's back. It's okay.
I might have to revoke the nerdery
Yeah.
card for television.
Have you seen this guy's? It's either TikTok or Instagram channel where he invites impersonators to his house. Like he hires impersonators to his house, and he frames it like you're going to entertain a party.
Mhm. I have
I've
seen
seen
this. I
that.
know
There's a
seen the
couple
Tom
of
Cruise
accounts
one.
that do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the impersonator gets to the guy's house, and it's just him.
Yeah.
And he must have meta
Yep.
glasses. There's a Jesse from Breaking Bad impersonator, and he smokes it.
Nice.
And he's doing this impersonation for one guy in his living room.
Science, bitch.
But there's a Tom Cruise one, and the guy is just, it's perfect. But yeah, anyway,
We
Cut that
have
shit.
we have digressed hard.
We've
Cut
off the
that.
rails twice in one episode. Ooh.
Great album. How do we look back on it 25 years out, boys?
Oh yeah, good call.
Top 10 to 15 album for me. Replay values there. I'm a broken record, but when everything aligns, it fucking next levels the whole thing. Experience this, it checks every box. It's got the tracks. There's even like all the Easter eggs we just mentioned. That's like another layer. The fact that like the songs kind of almost like a squiggly line, like subdued banger. It's like this whole new layer that I need to like kind of revisit. But the name of the album, the visuals, yeah, it's there.
All of it.
25 years. The replay is still there. Replay is there. That's a big one.
Yeah, replay is a big part of that. Yeah, replay value, artwork, connotation, like we were talking about, like memories association with the
Yeah,
record.
that's a big
one. It's so valuable, right? Because it really becomes a part of your life. Really, it's really no other way to deny it. It's a soundtrack to your life. So therefore, it's you have an identity with the songs, the record. For us, maybe collectively, just us three. Anyone listening, if you can relate with this, great. You start to grow up with the band. So like we like discovered this band, at least in my case, and then we see them grow and progress, and like we were talking about futures, they go into futures, like God, they still have it. Like you're rooting for them, almost like a baseball team. Like God, you still have it. You're fucking killing it. Let's keep going. Like let's keep winning Super Bowls, like Patriots. And then like still today, like still a massive fan. Like this is a part of my life. And again, this is the nerd level I was alluding to. Like watching like interviews on YouTube with like Jim and the band. Like you start to get to know these people on like a weird nerd level, like, oh, like not only is he a good songwriter, he seems like a really cool guy too. And then at some point maybe you actually meet the bands and like or work with them, you're like, oh, they're fucking rad. Like the whole thing becomes very visceral. So in terms of like a bona fide record that we can completely identify with on the smallest level, or to the number, it's undeniable. And like you said, 10 to 15 all-time record for you, that's huge. As like the whole sea of music that's out there, that's massive. That's a huge accolade. So I don't know if I can put it in the 10 to 15. It's definitely in the top 20, so I guess not far off. But yeah, that's saying something. We talk about so much fucking music on here. To have it be in the top 15 to 20 is massive, and just an incredible arrangement of songs and timing. We were just lucky that this dropped when it did, because I think that has a lot to say with why we are so infatuated with the record. Is like it hit the right fucking time, like perfect time, perfect place, perfect time. We were 16, 15, 17. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I'm not going to add to that because there's plenty there for you that I agree with.
You concur. I know I kind of went off.
The connotation piece, the point in our life that it came out and sunk its hooks in is the biggest piece for me. And I'll never not have those feelings pop back up when I listen to it. So I got emotional listening to it today in the car because I was like, this is what I did when I was able to do this for the first time. Now I take it for granted. Like I get up and leave and go to work and go to the grocery store and go do whatever I need to do as an adult. But when you're 17 or 16 and you've never done that before, and then you can do it, and to have this be the soundtrack of that, fucking amazing.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah. I mean, it could have been anything, but it was this.
Nate, that's how you do that without going for 4 minutes. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, context is key, right? So you got to keep going.
All right. Last thing I'll say. Thing. The three of us have only ever been on another podcast together one time.
Editor's note, we also did the Trawl cast as a threesome with Seth and Sean from Trawl. All right, back to the nerdery.
And it was the Itch Rock podcast. So shout out the Itch.
Yep.
like 5 years ago, we were a guest on their podcast. Probably do 20 years. It was probably 20 years of this album.
And a little bit of 5 of Integrity Blues.
Integrity Blues. Oh, right on. And so we were guests on their podcast, and we deep dove this album. And I might listen to that episode just to see if I, what my feelings were then. Because that's one thing is over the last 5 years, we've listened to a lot of music. And what I've found is having listened to that much music, the good stuff just gets elevated even more. Like this album's on a pedestal. These bands say they ain't fucking with it. Sorry.
That's the mic drop. I don't have anything else to add. You can't beat that. And I will ask you to go listen to that. I'm going to go listen to it again because it's been 5 years since we did that episode with the boys from the Itch. So, and we shout out those guys. They're awesome.
Peace, Potheads. Peace out. Peace, drones. Peace, Jimmy World fans. Love it.
Peace, Potheads.
Cheers.
I was going to say stay genuous, Potheads, but I feel like I've bragged on Nate too much. So I'm not going to
stay classy, San Diego. Peace.
Genuous.
Stay classy, San Diego.
It's going on a t-shirt. All right. Peace.
Thank you for listening to Podio Slave. We are at Podio Slave on X, Instagram, TikTok, all of the places that you can find us on social media. It's at Podio Slave. We are Podio Slave Podcasts on YouTube. Subscribe to us there. If you want to contact us, hit us up at podioslavepodcast@gmail.com. And hey, if you've got a minute, leave us a review. Tell a friend. We'd really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm a basic bitch. I don't know what to tell you. Was that it?
All right, you got it.